Every week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Active Live! Yeah.
Kia ora and welcome to the Radioactive Active Live Room. I'm Amy and I'm joined today by Zoe Moon. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Amy.
It's so good to have you here. This is my first Active Live back in the new year. I haven't been here the last couple of weeks. I'm super excited to have a chat and listen to some tunes as well. And you've brought the wonderful Jules with you.
I have. I couldn't do it without him.
Here we go. You're based in Wellington now.
Yeah.
What draws you most to here?
That's a good question. I think it's funny because when we first moved here and I was 10, the idea was like, my nephew was being born and we were like, we're just going to see him be born. That was it. 6 months.
6 months. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are a lot of time later. And it looks like it's actually where I live. I think because Wellington is a place where you can live well, that it just kept drawing me back, you know? Healthy social infrastructure, for instance, you know? And then just when you travel, then you realize that it's actually the people that are home. I've moved around a lot growing up. Been to like 11 different schools.
Wow.
I've lived in a lot of different houses in a lot of different places. So then my sense of home is definitely based in people, and the people I have the most history with at this point are in
It's
Wellington.
really amazing how people can just become a structure of their own like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of, it's the only constant are the people that have like really been a part of my life and have really shown themselves as like a kindred in the way of things. And also my family are here. I go where my family goes. It's I'm very much a fan of my family.
We love you, Wellington. We'd love to hear a song from you. What have we got up first?
So this song is called Marshmallow. And it's about loving your body and loving yourself. Yeah. I'm soft in the middle, but I'm long-legged. Got a wide wingspan, don't underestimate it. I'm like, now knees, yes please, I'ma get it. 'Cause it's the wrong to be soft in the middle. I'm soft in the middle. I'm soft in the middle. Marshmallow, hello, hey yo. Well, I'm rocking this body. I'm not trying to be naughty, eating when I'm hungry, so it don't get too complicated. Think that I need to keep flexible, textural, handfuls of vulnerable won't hurt me. Ooh, you'll see, it's strong to be so soft in the middle. I'm soft in the middle. I'm soft in the middle, like a marshmallow. Hello, hey yo, here we go. Like I'm soft, I'm soft, I'm soft in the middle. And there's only so much hard shell before yolk. Yeah, why, yeah, why, yeah, I don't want to feed these wolves anymore. They bite and pull at my marshmallowy core, and I can't take it anymore. I'm shaped how I need to be to face what's in front of me. Yeah, like I was made of more than what's weighed. so off. You know I'm so off. And there's only so much hardship. Woo. Oh. I'm sensitive, so sensitive. You know about this, yeah. 'Cause I'm just too damn soft, and moves pull me apart. But I'm still so damn soft enough to hold me in your heart.
Unreal. Chills. I love it. Your voice is just so beautiful.
Thank you.
Just making me smile.
Oh, that's good. That's what I want.
That's good. We're smiling on this Happy Friday.
Yes, Happy Fridays.
So your lyrics are very prominent, very captivating. Do you kind of, yeah, of course. Do you kind of consider yourself like a lyricist primarily when you're writing music? Do the lyrics come?
It's either lyrics or melody. Sometimes like some little lick will just haunt me, but my best way of writing is literally maybe putting down a couple of chords or putting down a little riff in my head and putting my headphones on and just walking around until I kind of like move around and walk out whatever the idea is. It always starts with some sort of something that kind of like a little seed of something, whether it be like a hook melodically or ooh, I want to sing about that. Ooh, that's a good way to say that. You know, like sort of like a little eureka that I just walk around the city to get out.
So no like set system, but just kind of little bits that come. I really like that.
Yeah.
Do you find, you said walking around the city, do you find that moving and walking around maybe is quite inspiring?
I'm very anxious. So I second guess myself. So getting like a pure version of whatever the idea is out. The best way to counteract that is to move my body so I can't overthink it. Because I'm occupied a little bit, so then I can just focus on whatever naturally comes out. Somebody told me about how, like, you got to make sure you're not using the editing part of your brain when you're trying to use the creative part of your brain, and that, like, way back in university. And I was like, oh, my God, that's exactly why I get stuck. And I sort of figured out that the best way for me to write is to listen to whatever I'm working on and just drill it, walking around until it kind of just feels natural so that I'm not overthinking it, which is very possible.
Very common. I really feel you there for sure. Now, you work very closely with local legends Esther and your sister Diva. You have just this most incredible musical biography as well, because you've played shows all over the world, renowned jazz festivals, everything. Yeah. Do you have any sort of like big moments, like really specific favorite moments?
It's funny because like I've had the privilege of being able to work as a background vocalist for a really, really long time and at a really incredibly exciting capacity. So there's like sort of two sides to it. There are certain shows that I get to do like that in bigger bands, and at the same time I'm like this local artist starting out. So there's this juxtaposition between the two, and the achievements on either side do different things to me. Like being able to play the Hollywood Bowl was amazing with Diva.
Unbelievable.
They're just being able to tour Europe was amazing. But then on the same point, there's shows that I've done with Esther that have sort of unlocked a certain side of me that I needed to get to another place. But I really feel like my last show playing my music was like a huge landmark because I was able to finally get out whatever's been going on in this head, and it sounded and felt exactly right. And I'm lucky enough to play with amazing people like Jules and Marika and Darren and Leo, who just understand my sound, and I finally was able to get these samples out, like accomplishments that helped me grow as an artist, feel like the earth just tilted and there's all these new opportunities. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's
I
sort
guess.
of that inspiration everywhere, whether it's the big things or the little things too.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Is
Yeah.
there anyone in particular that you dream of collaborating with?
That's so hard. There's lots of people. Okay.
Just one.
Am I
or a
like
couple.
ballpark if I could have all my dreams and it's even if it's not rational, or am I like maybe this could maybe happen, slightest chance? Because like ballpark, I would love to sing with Stevie Wonder.
Oh my god.
I have told myself if he plays another show ever again, I'm gonna plan my whole life around it. Whatever it is, wherever it is, hopefully COVID allowing, I can go and see him because that's been big for me.
Hey, Stevie Wonder, if you're listening,
Yeah.
Zoe Moon wants to play with you.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Beautiful.
See how that goes.
All right, let's have another song then.
All right.
What have we got up next?
So this song is called The Letter, and it's about forgiveness and being able to admit when you're wrong for the sake of greater good. I think a lot of time we get stuck inside the problem or trying to be right when really the most important thing is to listen and understand and get to the next part after. So this is about that process of forgiveness. So I wrote down a letter, hoping that someday, somehow, it'll all be alright. Yeah, I know. I was hoping there's some way, somehow, we could all make it right. Let's make this right. I don't wanna play a game no more. One where everybody loses by losing each other. Oh, don't wanna play them games. So I sent you a letter. I was hoping I could make it better. Come, let's replace the taste of bitterness with a little something sweet. 'Cause every time we get it wrong doesn't make us weak. The greatest crime you committed wasn't falling apart. And every time that you blame our youth doesn't make it true. All this time we've been given, don't go wasting new starts, sweetheart. So I wrote down all the down, hoping that someday, somehow, it'll all be alright, be okay. I was hoping there's some way, somehow, we could all make it right. Let's make this right. Yeah. So I wrote down a letter, yeah. And somehow, It's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be okay, okay, yeah. We always knew it. It's gonna be okay.
Beautiful. I could listen to you all day.
All
day.
Thank you.
Oh, so good.
Shucks. Nice one, Jules.
So now let's talk about something really exciting that's coming up for you.
Yeah.
You have got a single coming out on the 12th of February. It's
Yes, I
called
do.
Bubbles. It's a tale of intimacy. Tell us a little bit more about this song.
Yeah, so Bubbles is actually, I came to me in 2019, and I was by myself in my living room with my keyboard, and it was one of those songs that almost came relatively complete, but it was kind of like a poem in terms of how it unfolded. I was kind of thinking a lot about how I form relationships. I was born a twin, but my twin sister passed away. And a lot of people kind of come in and they're like, oh, I know what that means. And I've kind of like explained that for me. And I guess this was my first exploration in song of how I think that affects how my relationships with family, how I bond with people. It's always these tight two-person dynamics. That's how I open up when I'm being intimate with the person in any capacity. And I feel like that has a lot to do with being born and grown as a twin and sort of twinning with people through life. And it, sort of talks about that. But what's weird is I named it before COVID, like I was talking about Bubbles, and talking about like little domestic, like really tight-knit codependent dynamics. And then when that happened, there was this new part of the song that I needed to say because it was such a weird coincidence.
Yeah. And so you were working over lockdown as well.
Yeah.
And so it did kind of form that new meaning, as
Yeah.
you said. Was it overly productive for you then?
No. Short answer, no. I wasn't productive. It was more like I'm going to cope with all of these very uncertain realities and take care of things in my house. You know what? I'm going to finally organize that cupboard that I haven't looked at.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to finally get rid of those things that I really don't need, because I had all this time at home to kind of nurture that, and I feel like it helped me sort of get those in order whilst terrified for what might happen next.
Yeah, a crazy time for sure. So how long all up then did it take to finesse this track?
I guess it's like a 2-year finessed piece. Yeah.
So a long time coming, and it's very personal to you. So it's very, very exciting that this is coming out.
Thank you.
And you've got a single release show coming up as well.
Yes.
On the 14th,
Yes.
Valentine's Day.
Yes, I
at
thought it
San
would be
Fran.
nice, like making an event for like, I already seen some like couples who are like, oh, it's our plan for the night. I'm like, yes,
So
it's
fun.
working.
And lots of love in
You're
the
laughing
air
at me
as
because
well.
I'm a nerd. And it's true.
Maybe not Jules' thing. There we go. So
All
that's
right.
at San Fran.
Yeah.
Next weekend, on the Sunday, on Valentine's Day, you can get your tickets right now from Under the Radar. $20. Amazing.
Amazing. $20 pre-sale, but on the door it'll be $25.
Easy.
Save money now.
Save money now. Go and check that out right now.
Yeah.
And there's also one other thing I really wanted to talk to you about
yes.
to do with the single was that the photo shoot that you had for Bubbles.
Oh, yes.
Who took those photos? 'Cause
So
they're so dreamy, they're so beautiful. I love them so much.
I'm very excited about the shout out. Shout out to Pascalina Schaller. He is a dear friend of mine, and we collaborated on this photo shoot. I had this idea, I just associated with writing the song, weirdly enough, of being dressed in all denim, which is what I usually wear for stage, and in a bath, wet and weirdly dreamy. And it's really good to have weird ideas and have somebody who'll be like, no, that's going to be great. And he's got such a beautiful understanding of photography and film, and he just brought it to life. He's very, very talented.
Yeah, and for the listeners out there who haven't seen them, go and check them out. You can see them on Facebook, Insta at Zoe Moon. It's like you said, you're in a bathtub. There's all this like bubblegum pinks. And
I made that.
You
weird
made
photo.
that?
I got like, I guess I'm breaking the fourth wall, but there really isn't one. I got some cotton inner for pillowcases, and I like spray painted it pink for ages.
Oh, she's
and
so
I waited for
crafty.
it
I
to
love
dry
it.
because I didn't want to like dye the bath pink or dye myself pink or whatever. And yeah, they kind of fluffed it up.
It's
My
so
friend
good.
Dana helped me place it.
It's like, it's just like a marshmallow dream. It's so
Exactly.
cute.
Glad
We
it
talked
worked.
about the show. Who's going to be there with you at San Fran as well?
yes.
We want to talk about that. I'm
So,
getting ahead of myself.
so opening for me will be Chris CK, a dear friend of mine. Hey, Chris.
Love you, Chris.
Yeah, and it'll be my usual suspects of amazing, amazing artists in the band with me. So we got Darren Matthieson on drums and triggering the samples. We'll have Jules there on guitar. Leonardo Colgini will be playing keys and synth, and Marika Hodgson on bass, and then me
Amazing.
on ukulele and vocals.
What a
and
lineup. So
moving
good.
around.
So it'll be quite different from this little set because
Yeah.
there'll be more activity, more people in the space.
Yeah, and it does change the arrangements quite a bit when you hear it with the samples. You kind of hear the full. I actually make a lot of the samples on my iPhone, which is just a matter of not having the money to buy something flasher
convenient,
right
isn't it?
now. And it has been kind of a life hack so that I have something there to just write and get it out. And I found that I really liked the lo-fi sound of it anyway, in terms of how it all came out. So those samples kind of show the full arrangement thing that's going on in this brain of mine.
Fabulous. Well,
Hopefully.
so excited to see how that goes down next Sunday. Go and check out the event at Under the Radar, everybody out there. Now we have time for one last song from you. What have we got up for us next?
So this song is called Consent. And the idea behind it is that that you're never owed love. You're never owed anything. But when somebody freely gives it, when you're freely able to reciprocally give love and share love, that's like a beautiful thing. It's sort of like a yes kind of moment, celebrating that. And yeah.
Beautiful.
They ain't got to love you if they don't want to. That's just information for you to use as a motivation. That is a weapon. No one owes you love. They ain't got to love you if they don't want to. That's just information for you to use as a motivation. That is your weapon. No one owes you love. I don't wanna love you because I have to. Love's now natural reaction to you. Ooh, it's gaining traction. Feel satisfaction as I give you love. Free of mind, free of body, free of binds. They try to hold it down, but gon' free your mind. 'Cause all my body is free of binds. You cannot hold it down. Hey, you can't. No, you won't. They don't know how, but they gonna try. Yes, they might. I am upward bound, and they ain't got to love you if they don't want to. That's just information for you to use as a motivation. That is your weapon. No one knows you love. natural reaction to you. Ooh, it's gaining traction. Feel satisfaction as I give my loving. I give it to you. Free of mind, free of body, free of minds. They try to hold you down, but gon' free your mind now. 'Cause oh, my body is free of vines. You cannot hold it down. You can't, no, you won't. They don't know how, wow, but they gonna try. I ask, they might. I'm upward bound. Oh, love, if you only knew that heaven sent, it doesn't just include your love. If you only knew all the ones here who would root for you and your love. If you only knew heaven said, yeah, they ain't gotta love you if they don't want to. That's just information for you to use. Put it as a motivation, self-betterment, yeah. 'Cause nobody owes you love. Woo! Check it. I don't owe you nothing. You don't owe me something if you don't wanna give it. I don't wanna get it, but if we share a feeling, then that's something different. It's heaven sent consent, yeah. I don't owe you nothing. You don't owe me something that you don't wanna give. I don't wanna get it if we share a feeling. Ooh, it's heaven sent consent. Oh, oh, it's heaven sent consent. Oh, yeah.
Stunning.
Thank
Zoe
you.
Moon here in the Active Live room. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
with
having
the
me.
beautiful Jules as well.
Yes, indeed.
And just a reminder to our listeners that we record these videos, so this will be up on the radioactive.fm Facebook page very shortly, within the next bit of the afternoon. You can see all of this beautiful action for yourself over there.
Nifty.
And while you're there, check Zoe Moon out. Give her a like.
Yeah.
Yay, thank you
Come to the
again.
show.
And come to the show. It's on Valentine's Day, Sunday the 14th, $20 from Under the Radar. Get your tickets right now. Thank you, and thanks to New Zealand On Air Music for everything that they do. Ka kite, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend.
Thanks,
That
guys.
was so good.
So the end went somewhere.
I was like, I don't know what chord this is, but I'm